Alright guys, what's going on? Welcome back for another one. It's going to be on the jetski for 500 again. We're going to start getting the pump off this thing. The back of the pump housing I've already gotten started. You got Phillips heads here on the bottom. Get those all out. You can use a Phillips head. Make sure it's a tight fitting, right size. And you could tap on the end of the screwdriver. The vibration will help break them loose. Or you see I use my 1/4 inch impact. Another trick to get this off. Tap yourself some wood shims on both sides in between. You can see I already got started on it. I'll show you a little bit. Tap them in there. It'll help break the silicone free because that plate's silicone on. And our next step is we want to get this housing off because they have something really goofy going on with this, and I don't know if the hull's busted or not. They're supposed to have studs in here. They got bolts. As you can see on the inside too, I started cleaning it up. But you guys can see that they got Flex Seal sprayed in there. So I don't know if the hull's busted or something. Another thing I wanted to show you guys underneath here. Let me get on my little creeper. On the bottom side here, you see the intake grate's broke. This screw is going to be a pain in the butt to get out. I've already been fighting with it. But you can see this is broke. I think what happened is it wrapped a rope up in here. But if you look up in there further where my finger's pointing, they got some kind of 3M, I think 52 or 3200, I can't remember the exact name of it. So that might turn into a real nightmare. And they got Flex Seal sprayed all around here, which was not the brightest idea because this plastic tube right here was broke where it goes inside the hull. So it had nothing to connect onto. So water was just going right in the hull. So that's other people's handiwork for you. But let me get those shims in. We'll get that tapped off, and just tell you guys right now, this stuff can be a real bear to get off. It's all silicone down, everything's sealed. So, and without those being studs, I'm gonna have to get somebody to hold the bolt heads. But I'll get that stuff loose, guys. I'm just gonna make kind of a little short video going over this, and I'm not gonna make it too boring. But let me get the ride plate off. Just like that, guys, driving those wood shims in there, you can see ride plate separated, all that silicone. So now I should be able to get the rest of it off. I might need both my hands. Yep, I need both hands, but it's still silicone on the other side. So I gotta finish getting the shims drove in a little further. Get that busted intake grate out of there. Show you inside the hull. It's a Phillips head on the bottom, and you got that nut right here on the top. I don't know if this is the way it came factory or not. I really don't know. Alright guys, I actually thought the hull was cracked there, but it's not. That's the design, I believe. So that's good. There's a little something going on here, I don't know, but I'm more or less worried about back here with all that Flex Seal. And obviously, like I said, this thing did take a hit. So let's just get it apart and let's get it cleaned up and see what we're working with. I'm gonna get these bolts out. There's supposed to be 4 studs. They got 4 bolts in there that hold that pump housing. So I'm gonna get right back on this camera as soon as you can see the nuts are down here. We got 4. As soon as we get those loosened up, I'll get back on here. I know that's silicone on, so that's gonna be a real bugger to work off. That's the joke of the mess they had holding on the pump. 16 trillion washers, and I don't even know. So that's it. That's all the nuts and bolts they had. They're out. The hull does look okay in the inside back here so far as the bolt holes go, which I'm really happy about that because I was very worried that that was screwed up, but so far so good. So I just don't know about this ring here. So let's carry on. I'll start getting the impeller housing off here. Or actually, wow, this one came right off. Oh, the wear ring side of it did. Alright, well, I gotta start getting this out of here. And I have a feeling this is gonna be a real job. So I can shit. They got I think it 32 or 5200 3M, I can't remember. I think that's what's on here. They had it in the seals and everything on this. So I do want to show you guys one little thing on this pump housing here. These don't have a wear ring like the Sea-Doos. So what you got to do is you got to put a feeler gauge in 3 different spots on each prop in this housing, and you want to check it. I believe it can be up to I think 20 thousandths maybe. Double check the service manual. There'll be information online. I'll show you guys. But like I said, feeler gauge in 3 different spots, and you got to check that gap when this housing's setting right on here properly. You want to make sure that that gap is tight, otherwise this pump is not going to perform the way it should be. On the Sea-Doos you have a rubber ring, cut it out, replace it, drive a new one in. But on these it's just the aluminum housing. So I think this one's going to be alright just from looking at it by the eye, but I won't know until we get the actual gauges on it. Alright, I was able to work the rest of the housing off. This is what I was talking about on the haul, guys. You can see that somebody's got a filler in there. So I started chipping it off. What I'm going to do is I'm going to sand the rest of that glue, adhesive, whatever. You can see back here the hull is a little thin. So this is what my plan is to save this project, because I promised YouTube we'd get it going. I'm going to sand this all up really nice. I'm just going to paint the very back part of this. Once I get all this Flex Seal and crap off, I'm just going to paint this part, tape it all off, paint it. After I fix, I'm going to get some not epoxy, I'm going to get fiberglass, sand this crap off, and on the inside there's been a previous repair done. You can see where I kind of started chipping away back in here. I'm going to take and get this all cleaned up really good. I'm going to get some fiberglass. I'm going to pull these 2 cables out, and I'm going to fiberglass this very back part right here just a little bit. I'll clean it up really nice, and we should be good to go. So the hull is not as bad as I thought it would be, guys. So that being said, I'm gonna wrap this video up. You can see the crap they had jammed in there on this too. You can see, you know, it's a half-ass repair is what it was. But now that I see how bolts in the hull and everything, I think structurally it'll be all right. I know I can clean it up, so I don't really want to, but guys, I'm sweaty, it's hot. I need AC in the shop real bad, but we're gonna go for it, full steam ahead. We'll get everything out of the hull, get the hull washed out. You know, I'll make a little video along the way for you guys as I do all that, and pull a gas tank and everything, and start getting everything super cleaned up. Like I said, a little bit of fiberglass work in the back. It ain't gonna be that bad. I can clean it up really good. I'm good with that kind of stuff, and we're gonna go for it. So smash the subscribe button, guys, please, if you're watching. Stay tuned. I got a ton of parts for this thing. In the other video I posted, the crank was bad, so I got pistons, I got carb kits, I got seal kits, I got SL750 pipe. We're going to go over all the performance goodies I'm putting on. I got V-Force reeds down there. You can see my workbench is full. I got 780 carbs coming. I'm going to make a new carb video for you guys. So that's it, guys. So smash the subscribe button. Thanks for watching.